The Hyundai Creta turns 10 years old this year, and effectively 2025 marks a full decade of absolute dominance for the Creta in the very segment it gave birth to, the midsize SUV segment. And to celebrate its 10th birthday, we are taking the Creta on a road trip to a very special place, starting from the Hyundai India headquarters. We're talking about a place that put India on the global map like never before, just the way the Creta has done for Hyundai. Back in 2015, the midsize SUV segment as we know it today did not exist. And when Hyundai launched the Creta, the SUV did not just prove to be an instant hit or win several awards, including the ICOTY, but it also disrupted multiple segments. With its success, the Creta also made every other mass market car maker sit up and take notice, but none of its rivals have been able to enjoy the kind of success the Creta has. Its dominance only grew stronger with the launch of the second generation version and further with the midlife updates it received at the start of 2024. In fact, Hyundai sold nearly 2 lakh units of the Creta in 2024 alone, which is an achievement no other SUV in India can boast of. Over the years, we've seen the Creta evolve progressively and massively to become more premium in terms of the design, the interiors, and the overall packaging as an SUV. But while buyers have welcomed every single iteration of the Creta with open arms, it's the current version of the Creta that is adding to its appeal and sales in a significant way. In fact, Hyundai managed to sell 1 lakh units of the updated Creta within 6 months of launching it last year. And besides the feature list and overall premium feel, a lot of the success has to do with its new design. The new Creta looks a lot more premium and its design language is a lot more cohesive, helping it appeal to an even wider audience. The front end looks sharp and very upmarket thanks to the new headlamp design and grille, while the rear end looks very appealing too. And as I exited Gurugram and headed towards Rajasthan, I could not help but reflect on the Creta's appealing looks, as its design has helped the SUV find favor with thousands of buyers in metro cities and smaller towns alike. Rajasthan has always been a driver's paradise with its good roads, and the Creta is proving to be a perfect match. Now, the Creta suspension is offering a fine balance between ride and handling, as the suspension is able to soak up undulations on the road without really affecting stability, and thus making for a comfortable drive and also helping me munch miles very easily. And it's this confident feel and comfort that have had the Creta always appeal to buyers with varying needs, whether those looking for a comfortable family SUV or those who drive long distances. As for me, the Creta's well-tuned suspension was offering an impeccable balance between ride and handling and helping me cover distances quickly. The suspension was offering a confident feel despite the highway's undulations, and at the same time, it was also ensuring the ride quality was plush. On another note, while most of the country is experiencing rainfall currently, that is not the case in the parts of Rajasthan that I'm driving through, even though the skies are quite overcast. And this is making the weather quite hot and very humid, but the Creta is keeping me comfortable with its dual zone air conditioning and these ventilated front seats. But when it comes to creature comforts, these are just the tip of the iceberg, because the Creta has always been equipped with class-leading features which have helped it set benchmarks in the midsize SUV segment and also added to its appeal in a very big way. For the matter, the Creta's panoramic sunroof is an excellently engineered one, as it adds to the SUV's premium quotient and the cabin's roominess too. On the other hand, the 8-speaker equipped Bose premium music system was helping me enjoy my long drive, offering crisp audio notes, while the dual 10.25-inch screens were adding to the cabin's classy feel and also offering information neatly thanks to their bright colors and sharp resolution. The leather-wrapped steering wheel with its flat bottom is yet another favorite with buyers, besides which the electrically adjustable driver's seat adds to convenience. The list of safety features is even longer, as you get 6 airbags as standard, 360-degree view, hill assist, electronic stability control, traction modes, tire pressure monitoring, and disc brakes all around. And while we may not realize the importance of ADAS in our metro cities where the traffic is relatively more organized, heading outdoors or driving on country roads is where you get to experience the safety net of the Creta's Level 2 ADAS.
Given the typical Indian traffic, there are a lot of times when you cannot predict movement of oncoming vehicles and you are bound to find cattle straying onto the road at times or even vehicles coming in the wrong direction. It's at times like these that the Creta's Level 2 ADAS helps, as it has been tweaked for Indian conditions, making it perfect for our roads. This is besides the fact that adaptive cruise control is a great feature to have on highways as it makes long drives more comfortable.
Driving to Pokhran is also allowing me to experience the Jamnagar-Amritsar Expressway, which is one of India's longest expressways. And as a 6-lane access-controlled highway with a speed limit of 100 km per hour, this is the perfect playground for the Creta.
While the Creta comes with the option of 2 petrol engines and 1 diesel engine, besides being offered as a tech-laden EV as well, my choice for this drive was the SUV's most popular version, which is the one powered by Hyundai's 1.5-litre naturally aspirated petrol engine. The engine is known for its refinement, bulletproof reliability and excellent efficiency, and it can be paired with either a manual or an automatic gearbox. You also get multiple drive modes that allow you to tailor your experience to suit your liking. And with its refinement and ease of driving, the petrol automatic Creta was making it amply clear as to why it is the preferred choice of buyers. But there was more to my journey than just the arrow straight and super smooth expressway as I progressed towards Pokhran.
I'm also having to take some country roads and drive across a few off-road patches on my way to Pokhran, but the Creta seems unfazed by any of the surface changes.
So while it ensured I was supremely comfortable despite driving for long hours on Rajasthan's excellent highways, the Creta was also quick to adapt to the broken roads in rural Rajasthan. The suspension was soaking up ruts and the undulations on the off-road stretches very well, ensuring I did not need to slow down, besides which, this is where the Creta's traction modes came in handy. A twist of the rotary knob on the center console is all it took for me to switch to sand mode, which adjusted the power being sent to the wheels to suit the loose surface beneath. And soon, I was approaching the quaint little town of Pokhran, which has a bit of interesting trivia to its name too.
While many people talk about the Sambar Lake being a saltwater lake in Rajasthan, not many know that Pokhran is also surrounded by saltwater lakes, and in fact the name Pokhran literally translates to the place with 5 salt ranges. So on my way to the city, it was a little hard to resist the temptation to stop by this stunning looking saltwater lake.
Some parts of the lake are visible from the highway connecting Jodhpur and Jaisalmer. And this is a natural saltwater lake which looks stunning thanks to its white landscape and also looks like its surface blends into the horizon. There are no human settlements in or around it given how dry the region is, which means the lake is untouched and thus pristine.
Just like some of the other major cities in Rajasthan, Pokhran has a fort as well that has been home to the royal family belonging to this city, and it also houses a museum and a boutique hotel as well. But while it may not be as massive as some of the other forts in Rajasthan, this one is quite spectacular too.
The fort was built in the 14th century and is steeped in history too. The fort was of strategic importance as it lies on what used to be an important trade route back in the day, but importantly, its architecture blends Rajput and Mughal styles of construction, done by using yellow and red sandstone along with lots of intricate carvings. This makes it a visual spectacle, typical of forts in Rajasthan, and the Hyundai Creta I was driving seemed to juxtaposition well against it with its design. But given my excitement to visit the nuclear site, I did not want to spend too much time at the fort and decided to continue ahead.
Now, the exact location where India conducted its first nuclear test back in 1974 is deep inside a restricted military area that's only accessible after crossing multiple checkpoints, which are all guarded by the army. So clearly that's off limits, but I'm told by locals that it's not very far from where I'm standing right now, and this is a small village by the name of Khetulai, just a few kilometers outside Pokhran.
While I was a little disappointed, this should not have come as a surprise given the highly sensitive nature of the subject and the fact that Pokhran is part of Asia's largest firing range. I also could not help but think about what went into zeroing in on the location for our country's first ever nuclear test. Scientists researched extensively for several years and finalized the location, considering that the region is home to rocks formed from volcanic eruptions hundreds of thousands of years ago. Then there was the fact that, being part of a desert, the region is devoid of groundwater, which minimized the risk of nuclear radiation. To draw parallels, Hyundai researched the Indian automobile market extensively before launching the Creta back in 2015. In fact, every time Hyundai has launched a new version of the Creta, it has studied market trends and customer demands, which is what has helped the SUV go from success to success over the last 10 years.
It has been an interesting couple of days of driving to Pokhran and learning more about the nuclear test that put India on the global map. And to be able to do so in the Creta, an SUV that literally helped Hyundai become a superpower in the midsize SUV segment and has dominated the segment consistently for the last 10 years, has been the proverbial icing on the cake. Quite the way for us to celebrate the Creta's 10th birthday and wish it a very happy birthday.